Good evening, everyone. It is Sunday evening, July the 27th, and it is 7 o'clock. It is time for another Christmas craft along with me. My name is Patience with notesfrompatience.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Central Arkansas. I would love to have your business. I'm not afraid to ask for it. I have great customer service. My customers love me. So I wanted to tell you about the Christmas craft along that I have going on. I was live last night with the first of 6 projects, and you can get a tutorial on those projects. All the information is in the link on the description, and I would love for you to contact me. You can email me at patience@notesfrompatience.com if you have any questions. So let's go ahead and turn you down to my table and let's get started. You may see my ceiling for just a little bit, or outside. Depends on how fast I can get this done. Okay, so you are looking at my 12-page tutorial. It's a color tutorial that has pictures and pictures of the inside of every project we're doing. And if you got my packet, you got everything for 2 of each project. So let's go ahead and get started. I posted today's card this morning, and here it is. I love this need for tweed paper. And if you have classes or you like to make multiples of one card, there is plenty of paper to do this. This particular pattern is the front of that pattern. So I like that. I can make several cards with one 12 by 12 piece of designer series paper. So let's go ahead and get started. Tonight we are using different sentiments, but with the same stamp set. Let me show you the stamp set. It's called Jolly Holly, and it has lots of sentiments on here that you can mix and match. You can make fabulous gift tags with this. Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, Joy, Holly, and Jolly. Love it. Okay, so the die cut that I'm going to be using tonight is the bigger of the 2. Last night on my Bright and Happy Wishes, this is the smaller of the 2 sentiment dies. Now this would also make a fabulous tag. Punch a hole in that, put some twine, make a great gift tag just all on its own. So I have already done the heavy lifting, and I have die cut the larger of the sentiments. I've got my old olive ready to go, and I have 2 different stamps mounted on the same block. It says Merry Christmas. So I just did that for me because it's easy. So let me see if I've got this set up where you can see it easily. Let me go down a little bit closer on the table if I can. There we go. And we're going to stamp Merry Christmas on here. I know I've already inked this up, but I guess I just have a habit. Okay, so Merry Christmas. And then we have this fabulous leaf. And I don't know what this is called. A bow, maybe. Well, we will see. And I'm going to put 2 of those on the front. Now, we cannot forget the inside of the card or our envelope. So this is my 4 by 5 1/4, and I am stamping the word joy on the inside. Joy is one of my favorite words. Try to choose joy in everything. Let me make sure I've got enough ink on that. Okay. I'm going to put that right there. And then I also want to use this leafy image. Now, you can color these or you can leave them open. And I'm leaving mine open. So how about that? Isn't that easy? Isn't it wonderful how the ink it just makes it? I just love it. Okay, so on your designer series paper, Need for Tweed, I have this is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I also cut a piece that is 1 inch by 5 1/4. And then one leftover piece that is 1 inch by 4. And I'm going to put this one down at the bottom of this piece of cardstock, and it will go on the inside of my card. Okay. So I'm going to line that up best I can. There we go. And now, for this project, I have a cherry cobbler. Let me close this. No, wait. I have a cherry cobbler card base that opens like this. And this is 4 1/4 by 11. And then it is scored at 5 1/2. You know, I can see these measurements on my trimmer, and it always comes easy to do it. But I don't speak it, so it was kind of hard to get that out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the inside, gosh, I can't get this going. Inside the card. And I like to just layer this to where it has about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So let's set that aside. Now I cut 15 inches of our Mossy Meadow and Gold trim. It is fabulous ribbon, and it ties great bows. We're not going to tie a bow. We're actually just going to tie a knot. I'm going to put a little bit of seal back here to hold that in place. And then bring it over here and tie a knot with it. Get my fat fingers going. Here we go. And then I just pull that tight. And I take my scissors and trim it off at a slant. And it doesn't matter which way you want to slant those cuts. Just however you want to do that. So now I'm ready to put this onto my card base. And our card will be coming together. And then we're going to do our envelope too, because we don't want to forget our envelope. I always like to get cards in the mail that has something on the envelope, whether it's handwritten out there or stamped. Okay, this is going to go right under here. Probably should have put that on first, but it will slide in there pretty easy. We'll put seal on the back of that. And we're going to line that up with the bottom. There we go. So you have a little bit of texture difference here. Now, we are going to put dimensionals on the back of our sentiment label here. And I like this die cut. It's 3 inches by almost 2, I believe. I will measure it here in just a moment. And I like to have a lot of dimensionals because when you put something like this through the mail, it kind of squishes it. So these dimensionals hold up really well. So I'm going to pull that up. Put this like right here. Now let me get that, measure that. It is 3 by 1 3/4. So that is a good size. And like I said, you could poke a hole in the end of that and make it a tag. And use it for gift tags for your gifts. Okay. So So let me show you how I made the dots that go on here. I have got a package of Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots that come in Petal Pink, Petunia Pop, and I believe that is Misty Moonlight. But you could see some of these are green and red. I even did Old Olive, my Old Olive blend, and I colored some of the Petal Pink. But I wanted dark green, so I colored the blue and the dark green. It works so good. So I found my Take Your Pick tool. Last night I couldn't find it. So we're going to take some of these and put them on our front of our card. Let's see. There we go. And so there your card is. I like that. Now I'm also going to put Joy on the envelope because I like this. Like I said, I like to have stuff like that on my envelopes. And for these demonstrations, these are going to be my Christmas cards that I mail out. So if I have your address, you may just be getting a Christmas card. So let's do like that. And then here you have 2 fabulous Christmas cards already. So if you got my project kit, you had supplies for 2 of this project. And that is it. That is all for tonight. I hope you join me tomorrow night. It will be Monday night, 7 o'clock. One other thing, I also got my paper pumpkin. I had been missing it, and one of my neighbors had it for me because the postman just set it on the bench. He didn't put it in the mailbox or under my bench or on my table or anything on my front porch. So my neighbor got it so no one else would. So probably Friday, I will do paper pumpkin, and I always like to show you what Stampin' Up! Designed for you. And then I also like to look at what everyone else is making and try to come up with something of my own to show you how easy it is to put a paper pumpkin kit together. I started with paper pumpkin crafting. I love scrapbooking, but I wanted to make the cards that I had been seeing, and paper pumpkin was the choice for me. So anyway, that's all I have tonight. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye-bye.